Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ajwa. I'm super excited that you joined me today. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. And if you're a returning subscriber, I say thank you. I truly appreciate your support. Well, I picked up these three amazing fragrances and which I've tested out for about 2 weeks now. And two of them are actual love for me. I love them. And one is a like for me, which I'm also beginning to sort of love. The very first one I have here is right down my alley because I love Middle Eastern fragrances. Although this one is a Middle Eastern perfume, it gives me that Middle Eastern vibes. And this perfume is called Arabians by Montale. This is how it's I mean, you're used to the normal Montale packaging and the bottle, so just the normal standard bottle. This is a 100 ml bottle, and I picked this one from TJ Maxx. You know, I got there, it was just sitting there. I was like, oh, I love Montale fragrances, but I've not really tried a lot of them. I've heard a lot of things about Arabian Tonka, for example, and when I saw this, I had to just look up the notes, check it out, went home, came back the following day to pick it up. I was just lucky, it was just the only one there and I was able to pick it up. So the notes in this include red thyme, lavender, oud, ambergris, cardamom, musk, rose, among other notes. To me, this is right down my alley because and about 50% of my fragrance collection is made up of oud, woody, skunky sort of fragrances, and this is just perfect in my opinion. I learned this fragrance is supposed to mimic a horse or a band, and this is a very wearable version of a band or a barnyard like smell. It is animalic, it has some leather, it has some patchouli, some oud, some agarwood. On the initial spray, it gives off this the red thyme and the lavender and the cardamom. That is what it gives up on the initial spray, and then right after that you begin to get that oud and the patchouli and the skunky animalic oud. You know, it's so sensual to me. Ouds, you know, especially the skunky ones, are so sexy and sensual about it, and that is how I find this particular one. It is beautifully done. It is I love this one. You know, I'm so glad I chanced upon this at TJ Maxx, you know, and I picked it up for a good price. So I am in love with this one. I've used it for about 2 weeks now. It's every single day I need to test it in one way or the other. It's a unisex fragrance. I don't think it links either masculine or feminine. I think it's a perfect unisex fragrance, which I have used on myself, but I'm yet to smell it on a man. But I think it's going to do quite well on a man too because of the animalic nature it has. You know, I like animalic fragrances on men as well, and on me it's so beautiful. It lasts about 3 to 4 hours on my skin, and then it gets about 8 hours plus on clothes, or even the clothes that I have wore this with, I can still smell them when I pick them up. So the longevity is quite there. You know, it sprays beautifully. You know, it just some nice sprays. You don't even see it, but it's so beautiful. The scent is amazing. It is sexy. It is sensual. It is animalic. You know, has that sort of almost fecal, barnyardy, animalic nature, which is not for everybody. You know, it's not for everybody. But if you are someone who appreciates ouds and woody sort of animalic, skunky fragrances, you fall in love with this, and I'm so glad I chanced upon it and picked it up. So this is my first one, Arabians by Montale. It lasts quite a decent amount of time, and it also projects. You know, it fills up a room if you sort of overspray it. But I think I'll be careful with this because the more I overspray, then it becomes a little more fecal to me. So I guess for maybe I'm quite an oversprayer, so about 8, 9, 10 of this should be enough for me, you know, and even that is quite daring for a lot of people who are not used to the oud and the animalic fragrances. So this is what I think about it. It is very beautiful, very sexy, very sensual. So Arabians by Montale, you know, it's such a lovely bottle. I love it. So the next one I picked up was from Marshalls, and this is Magnolia by Commodity. It's a niche brand, just like the Montale fragrance, as everybody knows. And I got it for a very decent price. I think it was around $35, and I was happy to pick it up because I read about it. I had not sampled it before, but I have heard a lot of things about Commodity and their fragrances, and I think it's being discontinued. The whole brand is being discontinued. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, maybe this is a good opportunity for me to grab this at a reasonable price, and I picked it up. It is supposed to be this floral aquatic woody scent. I don't normally, on a very good day, I don't do a lot of florals because I'm the wood sort of person. I like woods. 50% of my collection is made up of wood, and I have a bit of florals, a bit of aquatic, a bit of mask. So I was intrigued by this fragrance. I've been using it for about 2 weeks now, and I have been thoroughly enjoying it. This is how the bottle is, very minimalistic sort of bottle, very simple bottle. Obviously, the notes in this include magnolia, eucalyptus, some pink grapefruit, I should say, some green notes, among other notes. So it is a floral, aquatic, woody scent. To me, this is not anything groundbreaking. It is not anything groundbreaking, but it is such a pleasant, lovely, plush scent. You can't go wrong with this. It is, marketed as a spring sort of scent, but I don't really wear fragrances according to seasons. I guess where I live in Ghana for the most part, that is why I practically live. So when you are wearing fragrances in tropics, for example, you don't really consider a lot of the seasons because it's sunny all most of the time. I think this is one of the few fragrances that I have currently that has magnolia. I don't remember having a lot of fragrances with that note, but it's a lovely, pleasant, clean, polished sort of scent. It is a floral which is not so florally, it's not too much, it's quite strong and potent, but it's not like overly done. It is marketed as unisex, but I think it leans a bit more feminine. That is what I think of it because of I don't know, because of the florals and the aquatic nature of it. I guess sort of feel it leans a bit feminine, but it's so lovely. It comes off as this clean, elegant, sophisticated woman. This can be used for work, for every day, for the gym, for being in the house, wanting to relax, cuddling up. It's a happy, I think it's a happy, warm, inviting, and comforting scent at the same time. I find it very pleasant, and I'm really in love. So if I chance upon any of the commodity line, I think I will just pick it up and try if it's going for a decent price as this one went for. So the last fragrance I have with me here is a flanker of Pink Sugar, and this is Pink Sugar Creamy Sunshine. Supposed to be, it's a flanker. So I've used the original Pink Sugar. That was my first introduction to the whole Pink Sugar line, the original. Then currently I have the Berry Blast, which I very much enjoy. And when I saw this, I think I saw this at where did I find it? I think Nordstrom rack. I was like, okay, let me just pick it up because I like Pink Sugar, and even if I don't like it, I might give it to my daughter who is like about almost 6 years. So I might give it to her if I don't really enjoy it. However, this has blown me away in a good way because this is yellow and white florals with some coconut. The coconut is like a synthetic coconut, which I do not really like in this, but aside that, I like every other thing in this. It is not like the original or the Berry Blast that I have currently. This is totally I think to me it is a total deviation from the original line. The cap is broken, so it can't really fix well. It is not like it is not that much of the original Pink Sugar. You get I get the DNA, the Pink Sugar DNA at the very, very dry down, the deepest dry down. That is when I begin to get the DNA of the original. This goes in a different direction altogether to me. It is more floral, especially the white and the the yellow florals. So with some moss and some sandalwood, it is quite a unique scent, and it has it sort of has a niche like quality to me. This smells quite close to me. It smells quite close to Olympia Legend. There is something about this that reminds me of Olympia Legend. I don't know, but it gives off that kind of salty bitterness. It has some sort of bitterness, I think, from one of the flowers. This is like one of the reasons why I like this fragrance. It is not like overly sweet. You don't get a lot of sweetness like you do in the original. It has a little of the caramel, but it is cut by the yellow florals and goes into a different direction. It gives off this salty bitter florals. I don't know, but that is how it smells to me, and it gives off this niche like scent. For the price that pink sugar normally go for, it's a steal. If you are looking for something quite different from the normal sweet hard candy caramel pink sugar that we are used to. So this one, the creamy sunshine, I've had it for also about a week now, and I think I've just tested it enough. I've tested it for over a week now, and I really like it, but it is not like a love for me now. So these are all the 3 fragrances I have recently hauled, and I'm enjoying them. I honestly enjoy them, especially the Arabians by Montale. It's a love for me. I love that fragrance. I also love the commodity, the Magnolia by Commodity, and I like this one. It is not a love for me yet, or I don't know if it will be a love for me, but I really and thoroughly enjoy this one. I wear it around the house or when I'm taking a walk, just everyday sort of fragrance. So that is all I have for you today, and I hope you enjoy this, and I hope to see you in my next video. Please consider subscribing if you are new here, and if you're a returning subscriber, I say thank you. Bye bye.